Hello and welcome to Alchemist Swim. I'm Alchemist Jen. I hope you're having a good day. Today is fantastic. Even if it's not be, it can be, or we can pretend it is. So today's whim of the day is not just to pretend fantasticness. I'm just gonna play with some more fiber because I still have some fiber to open up and make fluffy. So I have two colors today. We'll see how far I get. I've got this gorgeous luscious green, one dye color, just some different saturations, some gradient and beautifulness, and this one is a beautiful orange. So same thing. So here we go. Fluff amazingness. Probably just fluff a little bit of both so you can see how it opens up. It ends up being a little lighter, and it's gonna end up with some more air in there, which will make it easy to pull apart to be used for felting. And it's merino wool, which felts the best. Just gorgeous fluffiness here. So yay, happy day to you. Be a good day to fluff. So I have some more to fluff later. So maybe we'll be fluffing it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Beautiful fluffiness. Definitely need to take some photos of the mounds of fiber when they're done because they are gorgeous. Like watching it kind of all rolled up, like big fluffy awesomeness. Reminds me of like a top of a cupcake. It's a nice beautiful bit of frosting, a swirl, a mound, a little mountain. It's my random thoughts for the day. So fiber this week. I need to do a bunch of sewing next week and some printmaking. Need to do some little fabric prints. I think that's essentially what I'm going to end up calling them as I'm thinking through this. It can be used for whatever people want to use them for. But if I do smaller little squares, rectangles of some of the blocks that I already have, and then make them into just little fabric sections, and I think that would be really cool. So I sew them so they have a finished edge. Of course, use my zigzag sewing machine, so it has a nice zigzag edge. I love the just the organic nature that it provides to it. Not only on the edge of the actual piece, you can try to aim for something that's very square and rectangular, but I like just the way the stitches are live and they do what they're going to do. So especially when you turn a corner using that kind of a stitch, it ends up jogging a little bit or pausing in one area and then resuming. So it's fascinating, and I love how it's a part of the gesture of the piece as well. Every line is important, including that stitch. I like using a thicker cotton, just hand quilting thread. It holds up with my machine really well. My heavy duty, awesome zigzag sewing machine, Sears Kenmore from the 70s, fantastic piece. This baby right here. And so I love it because it's just, it really works out. I mean, like, it's got character. You can't create the same thing with another machine exactly. So I love what it brings. You know, it's part of the story of the pieces that I make as well too, which is really cool. I think that you know, having something that's evidential in the end result, saying that something was interesting about the tools maybe that were used that impacted the end piece. I think that matters too. It tells part of that story. I like having things that leave a story. So if I have to pull out a stitch because the tension was off and it gathered on the bottom weirdly, or the bobbin ran out and still went through its stitch marks. I appreciate leaving those things in sometimes because they say a lot about what happened during the journey of its creation. So probably kind of weird like that, but I also am a bit of a perfectionist as well, and I have high standards on what I create. So allowing myself the freedom and to pause and enjoy the process that it took to get there, matters as well. So, it's a life lesson, but then also something that can show up in my art that, is meaningful, and that, I leave it for a reason. It's a reminder. It's a vigil to my growth and my process. So those are my deep thoughts for the day. I'm fluffing out some wool. I mean, it's pretty sweet, right? Talking about art, playing with wool, fluffing it out. I mean, that's pretty sweet. I think that's cool anyway. You're here, you must think it's somewhat cool. We're almost done with this future braid. I say future braid because it's not actually in braid form yet, but that's what it's going to be. So we'll be taking our ginormous crochet hook, which is around here somewhere. It's in the next room. Sometimes it sits on this table, that's why I say around here somewhere. Explaining myself, making sure that it doesn't look like I exactly know where things are. I do know fairly, but it was here at some point, so my brain catalogs that, and that's where it came out in how I was talking about it. So my crochet hook, so you can easily go through the motions of hand crochet in the sense of using your hand to create loops, just like I'm showing here, and then create that braid, same thing, so braid. Or I like using the crochet hook because then I end up with more balanced braid. I think my loops are all the same size, and I like that balance. Even if it's a little twisty at the end, I kind of like that it is organic still. I don't know. It's just one of those fun things, being able to have that freedom, decide how you want to portray your art, and in this case it happens to be fiber. That stuff's important. Not like so important, but I think it does matter. It shows that it matters in how you show up for the people that are looking into getting your products and things that people that you're gonna have for people to buy or be intrigued and inspired by, that kind of stuff. So yay for fiber. It's so pretty. Can't wait to show you this all set up. Pull. Look at that gold, orange there, so pretty. And it's kind of spinning on itself as I'm pulling it apart, so I find that that's why I keep whipping it on the side. It's just kind of interesting just to see it happen. So that's what's happening. We're almost there. So yep, so we'll get this fiber finished out, and then work on some sewing things, and then from there being able to decide how I want to go forwards with some things. So I've got shows that are at the beginning of June, and then from there deciding how I want to go forward with some other avenues to expand and grow my work. So definitely having some ice-dyed clothing in my shop is a plan, and then also to work on resin marbles and creatures and lots of glitter, lots of color. So those are kind of things that I'm working on. I definitely need to do some paper making as well, and then another thing that I'm rearing to do is to do some writing. So I want to start working on writing a book series. So you know, there's different things that I'm working on. There's nice things about those that I can pick them up and put them down whenever I want to. They don't have to all be, you know, completed in one go or any such thing like that. All right, let me show you what this looks like wound up. So 1/4 pound of fiber right there. All those beautiful hues. Super fantastic. It's gonna felt up super nicely. It's so soft. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a good one. We will see where the whim takes us tomorrow. And till then, toodaloo.